gentlemen, it is episode 8 of the Banter, and we are sorry for the echo because the room's rather empty. Anyway, my name is Anton, representing the Bytown Boys. I am your host as normal. Well, at least minus one episode. Stephane alongside me today for this episode of the Banter. A few things we wanted to touch upon: League Cup, FA Cup action, Africa Cup of Nations underway, USL and MLS news, including the Super Draft and partnership with the USL, as well as other announcements that we want to make towards the end of the show. So on with the show. This is it. So as we said, FA Cup. Wait, is it FA? No, League Cup. Sorry, we're going to start
Capital One Cup.
Capital One Cup, also known as League Cup. Swansea and Chelsea had their semi-final where Swansea on aggregate won 2-0. And Aston Villa, unfortunately for us, lost 2-1 in the second leg when we only had to win 2-0 because Bradford won the first match 3-1. So Bradford moves on to play Swansea in the championship. Any comments?
Good for Bradford. This is a bottom of the division team. Like, they're in League 2.
Yes.
So they're 4 divisions below us. Apparently their goalie had cancer last year.
So guess who they're playing for?
Yeah, but the goalie's playing right now.
Yeah.
So
good for him.
But this is an amazing story. Amazing upsets.
Yeah.
This is a team that took out Arsenal.
Yeah.
Again, Arsenal didn't do much last year in the cup final against Birmingham. But still, it's a big club to take out. Aston Villa, the form they're on, that's debatable.
It's debatable that we're a big club in the big league, right?
Yeah, exactly. But no, they did well. And then, of course, Swansea beating Chelsea 2-0 in Stamford Bridge. Then they go back.
Amazing news.
Yeah, then Chelsea goes to Swansea and doesn't score a goal.
Right.
By the help of a ball boy. That one's up
to that ball boy. We salute you for taking a beating.
Yeah, taking one for the team. But no offense, you shouldn't have been time wasting like that.
Exactly. It's a hazard. Anyway.
But great for the competition. This is going to be a good game to watch.
I think for the Cinderella storybook finish, I'm going to go for Bradford.
Everyone's going for Bradford. It's the bottom team. Everyone wants to see that one come up. But either way, it's going to be a great final.
Then again, Swansea's going to put up a good fight too. I think it's just going to be great matches all around.
Like, how many people want to see, really, besides Chelsea fans, want to see Chelsea in the final?
Honestly.
No one really.
Especially you Man U fans, you don't want Chelsea in the final.
No one wants to see Chelsea in the final. So it's great to see Swansea.
Yep. Go Swansea, go Bradford. Best of luck to both your clubs. And now on to the FA Cup. Earlier today, Aston Villa lost their match against Millwall 2-1 in Millwall. Very sour taste in our mouths because the losing in every shape and form has been coming our way, where we keep saying, oh, the worst is over, but it just keeps getting worse, and I don't know where to turn. I mean,
you can always fall off the wagon.
No,
it's not that bad yet.
I'm not. No. I'm Villa till I die for sure. This season I'm putting behind me already, even though the season's not even close to done. But I'm putting it behind me, sort of like last year. But last year never happened, right?
Yeah.
So, anyway, there's a few matches coming up, including Stoke City against Manchester City, Norwich against Luton, sorry, Macclesfield against Wigan, Derby County on Derby County?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. On Blackburn. Sorry, this is why Stephane's here with me to correct my enunciation of certain
And if
towns.
I do it wrong, my dad will listen and yell at me. So.
Yeah. So Hull City against Barnsley, Middlesbrough against Aldershot, Brighton and Hove Albion against Arsenal.
That one should be good.
Reading and Sheffield, Huddersfield Town and Leicester City, QPR against Milton.
MK Dons.
Yes. And Bolton Wanderers against Everton, Manchester United against Fulham. Go Fulham.
Yep.
Bunch happening tomorrow, but today, what a sour day it's been.
Well, the good thing is none of the games are streamed, so we couldn't watch it.
No. I mean, we can't really comment on it other than, I mean, Millwall, good for you for getting the tying goal. You know, Villa was up 1-0 in the match at the 22nd minute, thanks to Darren Bent for paying his rent. And, then all of a sudden, it's 1-1, it's getting to the closing point, and then Millwall, I had the thought in the back of my head, I'm not going to lie, knowing our luck this year, sure enough, in the 89th minute, pile driver, last, nail to the coffin, and c'est la vie, there goes the FA Cup run for Aston Villa after a 2-1 win over Ipswich, the other itch.
But even that one we struggled to win as well.
Yes.
So,
I don't know. What are you thinking?
I don't know what I'm thinking anymore. The Arsenal game should be interesting to watch.
Yes.
Because Brighton just got promoted. So they should be a good run against Arsenal. Reading and Sheffield. Is it Sheffield Wednesday or United?
United.
Okay, Reading could take that and salvage something from this god-awful season they've been having for a newly promoted club.
Right.
So, yeah. See, the problem with the FA Cup, there's still so many games going on right now that I don't have the time to watch.
They start when? July? June?
Yeah, with all the Sunday leagues.
Jesus.
Then they move up to the semi-pros. Then they move up to the conferences.
Yeah.
Then they move into League 4, which happens in November, December.
Oh, jeez.
And then they move on up.
Moving on up.
It's such a long, but it's a glorious tournament in the end.
True, I love it, and I love that it's all single game elimination. I'm a huge
But if you
fan
tie,
of
you have a replay game to play.
Okay, well, fair enough.
I prefer League Cup where you just go into extra time.
So Capital One Cup, FA Cup, and now Africa Cup of Nations, which just went underway on the 21st, with Ethiopia and Nigeria drawing their games against Burkina Faso and Zambia. As well, the following day, Cote d'Ivoire took Togo 2-1, Tunisia 1-0 over Algeria. The following day it was South Africa 2-0 over Angola, a 1-1 draw with Morocco and Cape Verde. And then the 24th was Ghana 1-0 over Mali, a 0-0 draw with Congo and Niger. And then finally today, Burkina Faso comes back storming 4-0 over Ethiopia. And then 1-1 draw with Zambia and Nigeria. Basically,
I could make some bad Ethiopian jokes when I want.
We all could.
We're trying to behave, trying to be nice.
Anyway, so at least the first round of games have already been completed. Now today they go into the second round.
Which your first games, you only in these tournaments. Your first game, you can only afford to lose one game.
Right.
In these things.
Right.
So if your first game you won, that's two more games you got left that you don't have to worry about.
Right. So because the first group now they've already played their second matches today, they've made advancements in their groups. But I mean, between first and last, it's only 3-point separation. It's just a win. So
but,
I'd say it's still a little too early, but then again, points can get accumulated rather
quickly. And also,
quickly.
Goal difference will come to...
Yeah.
So that 4-0 win over Ethiopia, say that's their only win in a draw.
Yeah.
That could be the difference between them going on in the tournament or just staying put.
Exactly. And we've seen this in past tournaments before in footy. So.
Yeah, England, USA.
Yeah.
The only reason why USA got first was because of the more goals scored.
Exactly.
Same goal differential.
Right.
They just scored more goals in general.
Right.
So.
And then on to North American footy now. We've got the developments with the USL Pro League. Like we had mentioned in an episode before, the NASL was supposed to be, in close ties with the MLS to be their feeder league. Their division below. But that didn't turn out, and now the USL Pro is going to be it's official. They've made partnerships with the MLS.
Well, USL has been run well for years.
Right.
Like, Vancouver and Montreal knew they were going to go into the MLS. But as soon as the NSL started back up, and they had the option, they joined the USL. They didn't like how USL was being run.
Right.
So Montreal was in the NASL for 2 years, Vancouver only for 1. They didn't stick out the 1 year with USL. They said, no, we're going to the NASL, and they left.
Right.
They picked up and left.
Yeah.
The problem with this is that the MLS is turning into trying to make this sport Americanized.
Well, it's like on the MLS website here, the very opening statement. While the new USL MLS partnership may not necessarily result in promotion relegation, which is what we all love in regular footy, but in North America, this is for American soccer, as they put it. But what if it led to just promotion?
That's
So in other words, they're making not the argument, but the statement that they're using the USL Pro as means, like we had discussed this earlier in the afternoon. Teams in the USL Pro are basically testing grounds for potential clubs to be expanded into the MLS in future years.
No, it's a good idea. The problem is though, since this continent's so big. How long till you really start annoying your fans? Like the MLS already pissed off Colorado and Real Salt Lake fans by taking away their Derby trophy and selling sponsorship deals on it. It's no longer theirs.
Right.
It's the league's. The league turnaround is now attacking Vancouver, Seattle, and Portland's cup, wanting to take those rights away from them.
Right.
The MLS doesn't care about its supporters. Like most North American sports, they say they care about the fans.
Right.
But they'll pull a 180 and slap them behind the head.
Yeah.
Not with their hand, but they'll grab the closest 2x4 and make sure it hurts.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the right way to go for this league that supposedly wants to grow.
Yeah.
Like, you look at Dallas, empty seats everywhere. Like, yeah, people say, well, you see that in Toronto. Well, of course you see that in Toronto. Toronto fans gave 5 years full seating.
Yeah.
And the club has done nothing for the fans.
No.
The fans have the right not to show up.
Well, technically, I wouldn't say it wasn't the club that didn't do it.
Okay,
well,
the ownership.
It's part the club because the performance on the pitch was not always the greatest. But then again, MLSC has a huge hand in this.
Okay, so the ownership and the club itself.
Yeah.
Those two haven't done anything for the fans. The fans came out swinging, ready to go, no show.
And now
But what they're turning it into is a farm system.
Yeah, pretty much. And they're already speculating, markets like Orlando, Phoenix, the Carolinas, and lately even Tampa Bay have been the topic of MLS expansion chatter in recent months, and all those first division teams will only get fueled by the joining of forces between MLS and the third division USL Pro, because they're also going hand in hand with their reserves league.
No, their academy league more.
Yeah,
because you're allowed to loan minimum. You have to loan minimum 4 players to these teams.
Right.
So I know for sure New England has to loan 4 to Rochester Rhinos.
Yeah.
I got a question. Besides in a zoo, where would you find a rhinoceros in Rochester? Okay, Rochester, New York, honestly, I'm all for one with creative names.
It's probably just a play on the letter R, just
Yeah.
to make it roll off the tongue. But that's my only guess.
Yeah, it's just...
And
no, I don't think it's right because...
unless they pulled an Ottawa and they made the fans quote unquote vote on names.
Yeah, then now it's just really stupid. No, but I don't see this as a good thing. I hear people saying, oh, it's a great thing, like you're saying about the site, they're all saying it's a great thing. The problem is, though, MLS sites is designed for MLS rawness.
Right.
But let's look at it realistically. The CSA stood the ground and said, no USL Pro teams in Canada. We're not doing this. No. This is a sport where you have an academy. You're an academy team.
Yeah.
You learn to wear the crest. when you join in the academy. You learn to respect it or hate it early. You either love it or hate it, so you could go out the door. You just don't join the club and you love it or hate it. You have time to learn about this club. This farm system thing, it's the MLS trying to appeal to the North American fans. The problem is, you're not going to appeal to those fans. You're going to appeal to the real fans. The fans who know how the other leagues work.
Yeah.
Why are we going to...
And true supporters in that matter. You know?
The MLS is losing that fight.
Oh, heck yeah.
Hey,
No, we all know this.
yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like, just reading what's going on in the MLS now, reading how the NASL is approaching it.
Right.
Like, the NASL commissioner was quoted as saying, they work a certain way, the MLS, I know how the MLS works, and I know how the USL works. It doesn't work for us.
Nope.
He more or less said, I'm not dealing with them.
Right.
He wants to have a league where the league doesn't control the teams. He wants the teams to be financially responsible for themselves. So you do your own academy system. You want to be part of this. This is how we're doing it. Simple as that. And I think that's the way to go for a league. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, the MLS has been around for over 10 years.
20. Oh, no, almost 20.
Yeah, almost 20 years.
Right.
I don't see them survive. They're going to shoot themselves in the foot more and more, and they're going to become a joke again, like the NASL became.
Yeah.
When they just started bringing overpaid ex-players. Like, guess what? The MLS is doing.
Yeah.
Like, right now they're talking about Lampard to Galaxy.
Right.
And Nigel Reo-Coker to New York.
Guess, I'm just reading this. Guess who might also go to New York?
Oh, God.
Mr. Lambert. They're rumoring our Lambert to go to fucking New York.
There is a player called Lambert for Southampton.
No, Aston Villa's Lambert. It's right there.
Really?
I'm just saying. Here come the rumors.
Oh, God. Lambert wouldn't survive in New York. He'd shoot people.
He'd shoot himself too.
Yeah. You go to a bar and say, what do you mean you don't have any good scotch? What do you mean you don't have any good whiskey? I'm not coming here anymore. I'll walk out.
Anyway, on to the MLS Super Draft, which also took place last week. New England with getting their first pick overall and getting Andrew Farrell. Toronto FC
sold their first pick.
They sold their first pick. They got third and fourth. They made their third pick. And on the fourth, they take a timeout. And then they decide to trade that pick on down. So Vancouver now has fourth and fifth. And they made their picks no problem. They go down to 10th pick. Toronto again, another 5-minute timeout. And they trade it away to who? Seattle. And then they trade on down to 16th, where they finally made their second pick in the first round, in getting Emery Welshman. First pick they made in the was third overall, Mr. Kyle Becker, and who was it? It was Columbus.
Who took up Becky, 28th pick.
Right, it wasn't.
Yeah, Drew Becky.
Yeah, Drew Becky going to the Columbus Crew. Shout out to him. Why? Because he's a Fury family. So we wish him the best of luck. Comments?
Well, we touched on this a bit in Boots and Scars. Again, you have your academy system, but I see how the MLS doesn't want to have the academy system. They just want to have drafting.
Yeah.
So you know what? Fine, but don't. You're going to piss off the real fans. You can't have both.
Well, no, you gotta pick one or the other.
Someone's tired.
Yeah.
No, it's things like that. I know everyone's going to say, Stephane, here we go again. You're on your MLS bashing. The problem is, the MLS sets it up to be bashed.
They're doing it on their own.
Yeah, it's hard.
And besides, Stephane's really good at picking out the problems of things.
Yeah. It's like a kid bending over when you're in class and asking you not to kick him. Like, do you ever remember in grade school if a kid bent over, you always kicked them?
Or you did something.
Or just pushed them forward?
Yeah, something.
Like, there's always... they're asking for it.
Yeah.
They're asking to be bashed like this. I'm sorry.
So you're saying MLS is wearing a miniskirt and they're just asking for it?
Yeah. That's what they're doing. They're parading around in a miniskirt, no underwear, high 6-inch stilettos, a halter top, and asking you not to gawk at them.
Yeah.
Hello.
We have eyes.
You're setting yourself up for all this.
Honestly.
And, of course, they're saying, no, we want to be one of the best leagues in the world. Doubt it.
Almost 2 decades, bro. You got work to do.
Yeah. Let's see. The Bundesliga's advancing tremendously.
Yeah.
The Belgian league's starting to bring some notoriety.
Notoriety.
Notoriety. Thank you. The English league. You got
French league.
Yeah, Spanish. You have a lot of work to do.
Even Dutch. No.
Like you're a small fish in a big pond.
Yeah. Really, it's more like an ocean.
Yeah.
If anything.
Like, you're going to have to try and compete against Brazil and Argentina before you can even consider competing against Europe.
Right. Exactly.
So.
Get your act together, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, also, we're going to do a real quick rundown of the table of the EPL. Sitting up top still, Man Shit United and Man City, Chelsea, Tottenham holding down the first 4 spots. Man United with 56, Man City 51. And then at the very bottom, QPR, Wigan, and Reading from the bottom up with 15 points for QPR. Reading and Wigan tied respectively at 19. And Aston Villa only out of there by a point.
Yay!
It's a real teaser for us right now. But
well, if Southampton had lost, we'd be out of it.
Exactly. Now,
who's in the bottom 3 right now?
Reading, Wigan, and QPR.
2 of the 3 I said would be in the first Boots and Scars are down there.
Hey,
yes! Okay, so Wigan and QPR keep losing. Reading and Sunderland keep losing. Please?
Someone, please.
People keep losing.
Anyway, that's pretty much it. April 27th of this year at 12:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Hold on. There's going to be a special event hosted by the Bytown Boys in a special scavenger hunt.
Yeah, it's going to be a photographic one. Make sure you bring a digital camera, some shape of form. It could be even your phone.
Yeah.
We don't, as long as it's a digital camera, we can see your picture. You show up, you pay your fee, then we give you the clues list. You go around, snap pictures, and you end up, and you show us all your pictures. We give you points. And of course,
do we have detail? We have the event posted up on the website. Eh?
It's already on the website. There's already an event created on Facebook for it. We'll even have a pre-registration get-together, which is 2 weeks beforehand. But all those details are up on the website and on Facebook. So we're trying to get the word out there. It's for a charity called Street Soccer Ottawa. It's for more or less homeless, people living in group homes, to get out and play. We even have a Homeless World Cup.
Yeah.
Hey, we're ranked 35th out of the world.
Hey, right on.
Hey, we have some of the most athletic homeless people in the world. I like this one. We're good. We're something we're good at. Maybe CSA should scout this.
And coming with that event, there's also some merchandise in the works. First off with scarves, which we haven't seen yet. Hopefully we're going to see them this week because it's been at least a couple weeks since the order's been placed. As well as t-shirts, which hopefully we'll get in the mix as well because we want them for the April event as well because we're going to package them up as a prize for people.
Yeah.
Website bytownboys.webs.com has our Facebook and Twitter handles, so like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at bytownboyssc.
All our past podcasts are up there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the Banter episode.
We decided to fly through. Well, let's hit on something quickly so we don't waste. Champions League coming
up. Fine.
I'm kind of interested in seeing the Dortmund and Shakhtar Donetsk.
Okay.
Oh, just because, well, Dortmund, like, they're an amazing squad lately, and then Shakhtar coming out of the group with Chelsea and Juventus. That's going to be an amazing match to watch.
Yes.
Then, of course, there's Celtic and Juventus. That's going to be interesting to watch.
Go Celtic.
They're going to be fun. It's going to be bus versus bus. We all know this. The winos versus the Scotch drinkers. Who's gonna?
I'm taking the Scotch drinkers just because it's stronger.
Let's see what happens.
The winos are just gonna fumble.
Yeah, and then you got AC Barcelona. That one's not that much fun. Then you got Galatasaray versus Schalke. Schalke's good, interesting, because the furthest they went, not last year, year before, was to the semifinals against Man U.
Mm.
But they beat out Inter Milan, it was.
And Man U's got Real Madrid.
Again, rematch from last year.
AC Milan and FC Barcelona. Let's see, Bayern München and Arsenal. Bayern Munich, I know, but
Porto and...
Oh, jeez.
We don't... Anton can't read it.
Porto, and Malaga.
I take Porto to take that one.
Shakhtar Donetsk and Dortmund, like you already mentioned. PSG and Valencia. Ooh, that's going to be nice.
That's going to be
because Valencia's actually up and coming this year.
Well, they've been
since last year.
Yeah, they've been the past 2 years a good up and coming squad.
And PSG, they've already been proven, but I mean the last showing in I think it was Champions League. Yeah,
but even in League One, they haven't been performing as they should for all the star power they have in that league.
Exactly. Celtic, Juventus, and then we got
Galatasaray, the Turkish club.
Okay, let me try and actually pronounce this one. Okay, Galatasaray.
Yeah.
Galatasaray. Okay, Galatasaray. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. And Schalke.
Schalke. You want me to call Serkan so he can pronounce it for
please.
you?
It's so poor.
We'll get one of our Turkish... Well, we'll get Adrian to do it. Yeah. He's a member, right?
So all these matches that we're mentioning in Champions League, these are the
round of
match. It's the round of 16. So they got a first and second leg, home and away. Then that determines, the quarterfinals, first and second leg each respectively. Semis, same thing, and then there's the final match on May 25th. Mark that on your calendar.
May 2-4 weekend, so if you're busy getting drunk, go to the bar and watch it.
Honestly, you might have some fun.
I might be at the cottage. Don't know. We'll see. What? Water skiing, maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe? I'll wear my TSC jersey. Maybe. Wait, I'll just sink with that on.
It's a good anchor.
Yeah, exactly. No, but so let's see. So Vancouver hasn't really done any much changes for the MLS this year.
No. As I said earlier, they got the 4th and 5th pick in getting Kikuta Mane and Eric Hurtado, both forwards. Great picks for them because, I mean, they had such a good run last year in making the playoffs as the first Canadian team in the MLS playoffs, and having actually led for the first little while, literally the first 2 minutes, they led the LA Galaxy, and then it was just downhill from there. Yeah, but I can only see this as, extra firepower in the bank, so to say, just in case they need it.
Yeah. Mustafa was mentioning it to me that Montreal hasn't done much besides changing their coach, which they shouldn't have. Like, Marsh did a good job, and then they bring in this guy who has barely any real coaching. Well, he has a lot of coaching experience, just nothing meaningful. But he speaks all these languages.
Right.
And then TSC dropping the ball again.
Right.
And it's always fun, TSC. They drop the ball even when they're not even playing.
Also, other matches coming up. Canada's got a few friendlies. First off against Denmark, and then USA, and then Japan. Yeah,
we're actually, if you guys follow us that often, Gracie's East. Well, Gracie's West closed, so Grace O'Malley's off Saint Laurent there on Ogilvy. They'll be showing the Canada game against the States in Houston. So it starts at 9 o'clock. I will be a
9
bit
o'clock
late.
at night.
Yeah, 9 o'clock at night. I'll be a bit late getting there because I finish at 8 o'clock in the West End.
So, like you said, 9 o'clock p.m. our time, Canada USA live from Houston will be at Gracie O'Malley's on Ogilvy Road.
Maybe we might have the scarves.
Exactly. We're hoping that there's a surprise package coming like Monday or Tuesday at the latest.
Yeah.
Because Tuesday's match day.
Yeah,
So,
Tuesday Anton gets a call from work from his dad. Yeah, something's here for you. Can you bring it to work for me, please? How about this? Can you pick me up from work?
I really need them.
Yeah.
I really do.
Exactly.
Anyway, I should also be there too since it's a 9 o'clock start. I end work at 9, so I'll be there, but probably 15 to half an hour late. So.
Yes, same here. So we're both going to be late, but Mustafa will be there. So
Yeah. Just ask for the Bytown boys, please.
yeah. The manager, Matt, will know who to point you to.
Exactly. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this shortened version of the banter. We do apologize for the lack of banter.
Yeah, we just yeah.
But we had a lineup and we thought, okay, no, this should be enough time, but clearly we didn't deliver. So we do apologize, but we do thank you, listeners, for your continuous support and following us.
Next banter.
And for subscribing to the channel, everything. Hopefully we'll see you out on Tuesday night against the USA. I mean, come on, it's our rival. No matter what.
Allez les Rouges, let's go.
Exactly. So no matter what, stand united against the United States. Ha ha ha.
Stand united against United. I like that. That should be a banner at every Canada USA game. We stand united against United.
Exactly.
That'd
So
be a great banner.
it's awesome.
It is. It's going to be a great one to make.
So thank you once again from the Bytown Boys to all of you. We wish you a good night. Good night.
Bye.